Well, let's talk about some art. For many, many years, she loomed over the Blue Angel Motel, but the Angel was starting to look like she needed a facelift. So thanks to the City of Las Vegas Operations and Maintenance Department, our Historic Preservation Officer, the Centennial Commission, and Heartlauer Signs, that Angel, well, she got a facelift. We followed the process. In April of 2017, people in the vicinity of Fremont and Charleston may have thought they had died and gone to heaven as the 16-foot-tall Blue Angel moved through the air. But it was just the first in many steps to get this hometown icon down from where she stood for 60 years in front of the now defunct Blue Angel Motel, so the process could begin to renovate her back to her original form.
Here, passing her every day, going to work, going to school, I kind of idealize it, thinking that maybe during the weekends they'd say, oh, hey, let's meet under the Blue Angel on Saturday night, figure out where we're going from there. Even after the motel was demolished, she still stood there, and I think that showed her importance.
Historic Preservation Officer Dr. Diane Seabrandt may be fairly new to our city, but her vast experience in history and her love for preserving it make her the perfect person to oversee such a project as the renovation of our Blue Angel. Dr. Seabrandt has been part of many of the logistical meetings with our operations and maintenance crew and the Heartlauer Signs staff who will do the actual renovations. She's a liaison between the hands-on renovation and the city's Historic Preservation Commission and the Centennial Committee, who actually provided a grant for the Angel's makeover.
So my role in this is to make sure that we're following the project from start to finish, that we are seeing the results that the Commission has given the grant for, as far as the restoration back to her original design in the late 1950s, and following her process and her final re-erection at the island intersection of Fremont, Charleston, and Eastern.
Another key figure in the Angel's renovation is historian Bob Stoddall. He says a lot of thought and planning has been put into this project to ensure she is put back to her original form.
It's been up there for 60+ years. She's been made over several times. So we are in essence destroying all of that history to get back to its original. And so a decision had to be made. Where do we start? Do we go back to the very, very beginning? We're going to sort of lose all of that history. So we hope we can photograph as we get back to that.
So here's a little taste of her being taken from her first resting spot in the city's West Yard to Heartlauer Signs, the renovation, and her return to what is known as 5 Points, where Eastern, Fremont, and Charleston meet. And as the Blue Angel takes her spot back up on her perch, you can see subtle changes, taking her back to her original state, in her coloring, her gown, even the angle of the delicate wand she now holds.
And her colors were more subdued. Her skin was more of an eggshell kind of color, eggshell white. Her hair was more blonde, not so gold. She didn't have such stark makeup on. And it's important that we bring her back to how she was originally designed and colored, so that, again, the importance of going back to the history of Las Vegas, going back to how she looked in the 1950s and the affiliation she has with the city itself.
Stoddall feels being on this perch, her renovations, will only help energize the renovation of this entire area of downtown.
I think that sends an energy level, a positive energy level to that whole area, and what the city is doing with Fremont Street. So there's a lot of life that is being brought back into Fremont Street, and she really represents that.
The Angel was designed by artist Betty Willis. She also designed the famous Welcome to Las Vegas sign. You know what else she designed? Moulin Rouge.